All right. So I was out in the garden, had to come in the garden. So back to this 3 month journey from thin to thick hair. So maybe perhaps you're interested in experiencing what is the potential of the hair that's on my head. And you may be anxious because you don't know if it's going to be looking like this or what he's supposed to do with it, how he's supposed to neaten it. Maybe perhaps even the idea of embarking on no products at all might seem like a big reach, kind of like throwing away all your junk food at one time might seem like it's really extreme, but not necessarily. Not necessarily. There's a lot to be discovered. And as I was saying before, someone was asking me about dry hair. My hair is so soft. Like, it's not dry in the sense of brittle. It's only dry in the sense of it's not wet. But that does not mean it's not moist. Like when our hair is loose natural, usually we want to coat it with something to protect it so it doesn't dry out. So as I was sharing with someone that had asked a question, my concern is more so not drying my hair out. And what would dry it out, this very thin, fine hair, is overwashing it and washing it with very cheapo depot shampoo, which I've tried before. So like the 99 cents and the dollar shampoos, you can try it if you want, but I can tell you there's a dramatic difference with you pay a few more dollars for a shampoo from the health food store that doesn't have the no this, no that, no parabens, not a whole bunch of like mishmash in it. Just like it's clear, it's gentle, usually a clarifying shampoo. And you don't need to use as much of it because as you can still see here where I was cutting down, there's nothing in my hair. And this is so soft. It's just like if you have a new baby, right? And it's cottony. Well, the Luongo is the first hair. But as our other hair starts to come in, this is so there's no buildup. So that's a plus. And the hair is light and it's fluffy. So I know when I saw girls do doobies back in the days, that style where, we want body in our hair and our black hair. So our hair, we'd have all that grease. So it's kind of like a helmet on it, but we would want our hair to have bodies like, our other counterparts. And so you meant the sisters would take their hair and make it go around their head and put pins, big bobby pins on it. It look kind of like a circus tent, a doobie. So yeah, I know what a doobie is. All of this so that we can get our hair to flow and have body. So if it's an afro, if it's a loose natural, unless you have really long twists, it's not going to flow, because the hair grows up and out. So unless you have some weight to it, usually if you put shea butter or oil on it, and then if I used to do a lot of big, thick twists. So even then, my hair is so light and cottony, it didn't have a lot of body. Now, because it's not all the shed hair, it's very clean, but it's not the shed hair. Now it has some body, but it's light and fluffy. That is like, I think one of the biggest benefits of this hair, and my scalp feels so clean and free. And the afro down at the bottom is a big benefit for folks that have very thin hair because if you have areas that are very thin or thinning, or if you're concerned about alopecia, actually leaving your hair alone, like minimal touching, like minimalist hair is a benefit because your hair can rest because then you're not traumatizing the follicles. So you can have the opportunity to see what's the most that your crop can grow, right? You can see maybe perhaps you've damaged some areas, but maybe you want to perhaps before you cut it all off, see what the potential is. Maybe you just want to feel, have the experience of length. Again, I really love my hair like super duper short, but I want to play. And I also want to feel free. I don't want to be beholden to a barbershop where whoever or whatever is going to put their hands in my hair and I have to go into another environment. I like to be in control of my grooming and what is going on my person. So this could be a really wonderful experiment if you have very thin, very fine hair and you've been thinking about locks and you don't necessarily want to go to the salon for hours. You don't necessarily want to do sister locks. As I've explained, I'm calling this Afrolocs because to me, I like sister locks, but there's no way mentally I would be sitting in the chair for the amount of hours. That's just like, to me, is like would make me like claustrophobic. But the lightness and the fluffiness of sister locks and the not having to use products and your scalp being free, that has super appealed to me. And, semi-freeform, right? Because I'm not twisting at all. So no maintenance, little to no maintenance. If I get little pieces that come and they stick out, I can just stick it because that is excuse me, let me finish. I get excited. I can stick those pieces of hair just with my finger gently right back down in here, right? And it will weave very quickly. If you have very fine cottony hair, a benefit is I find it locks actually very, very quickly in a week or two. You know, my hair will join together in between washes. So the thing is that it feels like it's very thin. My hair is not very dense. And there may be a couple of things that you can watch for. So see in the back here, I have a piece hanging out. All I'm going to do, right? Because sometimes you may see folks with freeform and semi-freeform locks and a lot of little balls hanging all over the place, a little kinks hanging on. So I just stick it right inside. Boom, done. That's it. And that to me is so freeing. I say it's like being free from hair jail. So you can experience like the softness like of your hair. It's like real, it's like soft cottony carpet. And maybe you want to see what the capacity of your hair is. So there's several things that I'm doing to keep the hair nice and neat without pulling on it. My hair does not like to be pulled at all. If you decide to take this journey, I'll share some of the things that I use, and it's very little styling that I do because again, my hair is so delicate and it doesn't like to be pulled on. I'm very, very tender-headed, and there may be some things you want to watch out for that could save you some time on your journey. For example, the types of hair ornaments that you use, certain things that can weaken your locks that are already delicate. If you already have delicate hair, cleansing your hair, cleansing it with water. So really, the whole idea, at least my experience with what I'm calling Afrolocs, has been really embracing leaving it alone, and rather than being so tense and apprehensive about it, finding that actually it can be super duper freeing. I think one of the biggest things, again, is that you don't know what the hair is going to look like. So this is an idea of what your hair is going to look like. So these are them compact, and this is about 4 locks. I'm telling you, my hair is really fine. This is 4 locks. And this is about as thick as it gets. So see all that space in there? But again, the fluffiness is what is starting, the sun is starting to go down here. The fluffiness is what is a benefit, right? Because then it looks fuller down at the root and you don't have to touch it. So it's soft. It's not moist as in oily, and it's not moist as in wet. It has like I call it like a balance kind of feeling, right? Where it just feels like soft hair, but it's not brittle at all. So when folks ask about drying, I think we've been so used to oiling and moisture and jerry curl juice and grease and oil. As I've shared, I've had to retrain my eye and my hand to dry is okay, but dry is not brittle. Dry is like normalized and balanced. So 3 months can be like a good amount of time to see what your hair can do. And I think it's actually kind of exciting. Worst case scenario, you could always cut it all off. But if you don't want to cut your hair, why not see what it has the potential to do? And there are ways that you can neaten it and wash it and let it fall so that it looks somewhat neat. And you can use pins for certain other little styles. So what do you have to lose? Now, also, it could be fun and exciting on this journey. If you are perhaps a kindred spirit that has experienced a lot of acne and cystic acne, maybe perhaps are concerned about your weight, this is a perfect opportunity to go into what I call the cocoon and really bask in radical self-acceptance. Radical self-acceptance, allowing your skin to breathe on your face and allowing your skin to breathe on your scalp, so that, and nothing against a full face of makeup, but when you're really looking to heal your skin, the skin, I found like the hair, it wants to be left alone. It doesn't want products. And for me, that even meant I threw out my shower caddy, even all the products from the health food store. So I actually put food on my face. And I found that's what cleared up my face. So they go hand in hand, just like your food and your movement practice. The hair and the skin, right, want to be left alone to breathe and to heal. The body has a brilliant divine self-healing mechanism. It's already built in. So if we just get out of the way and stop doing so many things to it, and take the time to find styles that are complementary to our unique texture. Oh my gosh. I think it could be such a discovery process and such a journey. I think it's actually exciting. So let me just be upfront. You have some options. You could, if you don't like how your hair looks, you can always cut it off. And I tell you, one of my most beautifulest styles that I ever had was when I cut my hair all the way off, no chemicals. First, I went for a little rounded Nefertiti cut, and then next week I went and cut it all off. And I wore like that for like at least a decade, if not more. And I never felt more beautiful. And I always got compliments. And people say, "Oh, I can't do that because of my this and my that." Just the freedom and the confidence. I mean, I feel absolutely stunning with short hair. So you could always cut it off. Here's some other options. Here's another. See, I'm a creative person. Right now, if I was to cut my hair off, I most likely would put some, not with the PBT or whatever that chemical is. I most likely would do a safe henna tattoos on my head, because the permanent marking up of my body is no bueno. But I would have so much fun with nice designs if my head was bald or low. It could be so liberating and so freeing. Some people are like, I can never do that. You don't know. Why not be adventurous? You have nothing to lose but to be free. Because even with having to always put something on, and it's one thing if you want to play and be creative, but if you feel like you are obligated to put on a wig or all this makeup, that to me is too much pressure. And we got enough stuff driving us insane, and all that energy and attention you can put it towards your movement practice and play and ballet. Yes, even as an adult, even as an adult beginner, ballet, belly dancing, some type of central stretch movement. You could be putting all this energy that we're spending hours and hours and hours trying to make this do something it doesn't want to do. And I'm just saying, you have options. You don't have to do anything. But should you toy around with the idea of setting yourself free? Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you what a relief to take all of that off the table. So if you have hair that is thin or thinning, and sometimes out of your anxiety, because I have a family member that's always picking at her hair because she was sensitive where she damaged it, and self-conscious where she damaged it for years from perms. But her hair was teeny tiny locks. I thought my hair was fine. Her hair used to be really, really thick, but damaging it from all the perms. And so her hair, she picks in it more than mine, but even when she twists it, it kind of unravels on its own, and it looks so nice because it's pretty full down at the root. It opens right back up. And again, if your hair is fine, there's a chance that the area that might be kind of thin would get a big sigh of relief from just leaving it alone, allowing it to breathe, allowing the follicles to heal. Remember, this is a self-healing mechanism. So you could leave it alone. So doesn't that sound exciting? The whole prospect of not having to twist, not having to use products. If anything, you can invest perhaps in a really nice all-natural shampoo. I'm not big on products. The one that I found here, which is rare, is called, I don't really want to pick up any products, so I prefer not to use products. But if you go in the community section and you'll scroll down, you'll see the one that I found in the area that I'm in. And they don't even carry it consistently. Greetings, sending some warm positive vibes. So again, this, some people may not think this is a big thing, but if you are a woman, let's keep it real. There are certain things that we feel a kind of way about. If we didn't, we wouldn't spend so much money on microblading and wigs and weaves and makeup, because in society, we're judged on how we look, whether we like it or not. At the same time, it is freeing to be able to look in the mirror and like what you see and smile at your reflection. So that may require you retraining your eyes and making a conscious decision to retrain your eyes. I know that's something that I've done. I've done mirror work for years now, where I talk about it on some of my other channels where I took everything off. It wasn't much to take off because I've never been a big makeup wearer, but taking off mascara, and I even took off all my jewelry, even all my earrings, and sat with myself actually for years. And now when I go to put something on, I feel like it feels actually unnatural to put stuff on. Again, I can appreciate a fresh face of makeup, but it feels plasticky and it feels artificial because I've actually retrained my eye to not only appreciate what I see in the mirror, but also appreciate my unique features, my tummy, my toes, my skin as it goes through the different phases of life. I think this is extremely important to our mental, emotional, psychological, spiritual health. Health is so I decided to take it all off the friggin' table. I'm taking it all off the table. And I'm just sitting and basking in how I popped out onto this earth plane. Just like this imperfection, whatever the ethers and the universe and my mother and father, they came together. That was all divinely designed. So I sit in it, I claim it, I bask in it. And I've been going along for the journey. It's been over 30 years of seeing what my hair is going to do. And I have never, ever, 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 ever regretted my adult return to natural. It's just been like a lot of unplanned. Yes, I'm learning to love the skin God gave me. Isn't it interesting that we even have to learn, to do that? Because I just really got to say like a prayer and take a deep breath for us, right? Because we've been through a lot. And I'm just like, Afro women, we need a break. We need a break. We need a break. I've shared on this channel. I think it's for us to go ghost. To disappear off the scene and go into the woman's cocoon. I'm all about the cocoon. Go into the cocoon, and in the cocoon, we'll eat the best foods, beauty food, eat the best foods, and listen to the best music, and play, and have sensual dance, and just be free and let stuff go and let it off of us and make room for new stuff up here and new space in your heart. So you are really at a space to be able to play and enjoy your time in your body temple in this vehicle, this divine, one-of-a-kind vehicle that if it's healthy, it's a blessing. It's a blessing if you have a healthy body temple. So our mental health, I mean, who really has a vested interest? Who has a vested interest in our mental health? You, me. So I'm embracing it. We're on our own. It's wonderful that we're starting to hear more conversations around chocolate folks and mental health, but I'm one that's too slow for me. I can't wait for other folks to make a decision to throw me a bone, So I have made a clear decision to create a great day on purpose. I've made a clear conscious decision to really embrace my hair. And it's like, wow, I can just put my hands in it. It's like, wow, I love it. It's fine. It's not going to be Valerie June's hair. It's not going to be Dr. Joanne Cornwell's hair. It's what I have. And I can't, words don't express the peace of mind that comes from embracing yourself and finding styles and ways of expressing that complement what you have on your head, right? There'll come a time where you can really smile in the mirror. I'm telling you, it's so free. I'm actually even protective. I'm actually even protective of my space now because it took me a while, and I've been, a natural gal, but natural don't mean cheap because I will spend on my blueberries. I will spend when it comes to my food and my fitness equipment and give myself good experiences. I will spend on that. I will spend on I will spend on me. It's a good lifestyle. It doesn't mean cheap, right? It means that I am doting on myself, but I'm taking away a lot of the distraction, the debilitating distraction, the leakage of energy. I decided to swipe it all off the table, and I'm just claiming this is it, honey. This is it. So even when I was getting scissor happy the other day, and I was just going and going and going and going, I was like, okay, let me leave some on there. It's just a relief. Oh my gosh, it's just a relief of things. People were telling me, but I've experienced it for myself. Sometimes when I was doing fitness competitions years ago, people said that you couldn't compete or build muscle as a vegan. And I always suspected not. Now they've got a movie out, Game Changers. Now all the folks that were the meatheads, muscle heads now, so-and-so Schwarzenegger is espousing a plant-based diet. Now I'd say it's for profit, but that's a whole nother story. So, but whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes. Freedom. We need a break. We need a rest. We need to, well, I don't like to tell grown folks what to do, but we deserve to experience some freedom and some rest and some relaxation and just be comfortable in our skin and to be able to get up and to wash and to go. To get up and to wash and to go and not have to worry about it. Not have to worry about Jerry curl juice and it's you can experience your hair. I mean, if I had known about this as a little girl, oh my gosh, you know how much more focus that could have been on different kinds of endeavors in terms of schoolwork, academics, travel. With this was not a concern. Going into the sea, going into the pool, so much freedom because that stuff, I think it has worn on very nerves all of these years. So for those folks that would like to embark on a journey, I wonder what your hair could speak and say to you. Maybe perhaps your body temple and your hair has been trying to speak to you for a long time, but we have been consistently trying to push and force it to do something else. So this is kind of like maxed out for me because this is as full as this is going to get, other than me letting them join a little bit more. I know that the sun is going down here. So I know I can neaten it with no gel is necessary. It's soft and it's fluffy. So what do you have to lose? You can always cut it off. You can always get some clippers and cut it off. If you'd like some recommendations, I can share some recommendations with you, but you have nothing to lose but to bask in your glory. I guarantee you, there has never been a double strand twisted style, a boulder bean style, a short peach fuzz style, a lock style that I have not gotten compliments on, because I'm sitting in my essence and I'm really loving myself and I appreciate myself and I like what I see when I look in the mirror. And even as we mature, you want to really like what you see when you look in the mirror. It's freedom. It's freedom. It's freedom. It's freedom. It's freedom. So I invite you to take the plunge, take the journey. What do you have? You can have so much fun along the way, even should you decide to cut it all off and it grows into little, into the little Afro nuggets, right? I used to do a woman from my African dance class when I used to apprentice. She showed me pese and pese. So now they have a little sponge, but when she showed it to me years ago, before they had that little sponge to make the little starter locks, they're calling it. She showed me how to use a washcloth years ago. I don't even know, with my son, maybe my son was a little baby. And she showed me how to take a wet washcloth and roll it. And it had these cute little nuggets, right? Cute little Afro nuggets. And it was called Pese and Pese. And she started her locks from there. So, I mean, you can have so much fun with so many styles along the way. The world is yours. But most of all, the mental, emotional, psychological freedom. This is a great opportunity to maximize and see how far you can take your skin, right? You know that the skin can heal itself. And I'm saying this is someone that had a whole bunch of marks on my face and cystic acne, and I was eating healthy. All right. So usually if you're not experiencing results, usually that means that there's a blind spot, right? I can tell you definitely as a coach, that usually means that there's a blind spot, something that you're not understanding, or something you're overlooking or underestimating the effects of one or several of your habits is having on your hair and your skin. So it's a great opportunity to garner some support, to upgrade your fuel to peaceful consumption, to see what your hair, if you're one of those women that has very, very fine hair and you're like, I don't know what it's going to look like, you're concerned about alopecia, I can definitely tell you not twisting it and leaving it alone can be one of the best things that you could ever do for your hair, is to leave it alone. At the same time, you want to adorn yourself. There's nothing wrong with adorning yourself. I slather myself with raw cocoa butter and coconut oil on my skin. And, I take really good care of myself with my food I'm eating on the inside and on the outside. So you can take some of the attention away from all of that worry and see what the hair does. And you can get excited, because this is one example. All of these suckers are flat. Not all of these suckers, but all of these strands are like, oh my God, it's so soft. So if you're concerned about brittleness, that really will boil down to not using harsh detergents that are stripping your hair. But I have nothing. When I tell you nothing, there's nothing in my hair. There's not even any oil. So I gave that up. I did several stints with natural oils, and I've never had styling gel in it, but I just resolved, like, I don't need it. So yeah, you don't even need it. Not much lint. I try it from time to time. Sometimes, a lot of times I don't. I fall asleep without it. Freedom, 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 freedom. And you can take all of that energy and you can put it towards something else, like your movement practice, your garden, all that money you spend on all of those products. You can put it towards travel, and maybe perhaps investing in some land. So the possibilities are endless. So I wanted to encourage you, if you'd like to take advantage of this opportunity right now to massage your head and love on yourself and leave it alone and see what it will do. You may want to be bold and get some scissors and just cut off the other stuff and just free yourself up. Super liberating. I can't tell grown folks what to do, but super liberating. Just when you look at yourself, right? Mirror work, right? And see, like, I don't have to do anything to myself to be beautiful. And over here, when I have several personal slogans from Grandma Lou, my godparents, but one of my personal ones is that health is my #1 beauty product, right? So I don't have to keep buying bigger sizes of clothing. I can have more fun with my food. I can have more fun with my body and play when I'm healthy. So I don't have to keep trying to mask ill health, right? If I want to do something that's for creativity, but I don't necessarily have to mask something. So I'm not going to stay on here all day. I want to send you all a lot of encouragement. I'd love to hear if you are interested in taking on a journey of embracing what the universe and the ethers and the ancestors have popped is growing magically out of your scalp and out of your follicles. I'd like to get excited and go stare at yourself and maybe talk to yourself in the mirror, to your human vehicle, your spirit talk to your human vehicle, and feel like, and smile at yourself and start appreciating what you have. All right, y'all. Y'all create a great day on purpose. Share this with anyone that could benefit. If you don't have any support, you have some right here. We can make a positive use of the internet. And I also invite you, right? Cocoon is coming up for those that are going to be joining in on the Cocoon. Because I say, Afro women, go ghost, disappear, go within, and put the energy towards yourself, right? Put all of that love and energy towards yourself, and let's see what can happen. We have nothing to lose. All right. See y'all soon.